Hello, everyone. It's been a minute before since I've put out a last video, but I wanted to bring something very serious to the attention of people of Ward 8. Many of you who have decided you were going to support me in my efforts to become the next city council. Many of you sent really good responses from our performance in the Democratic Ward 8 Dems candidate forum that was held on Saturday. And I thank you for your support. There's another debate scheduled for the 20th, which is Wednesday, by the Washington Highlands Civic Association. And that is a conglomerate of area Ward 8 nonprofits to host a debate for the Ward 8 candidates. We contacted them this morning after reaching out to Phil Pinnell and a few others over the last week and not getting a response. We did get to reach Ariel Brock, and we also spoke with Olivia, the president of the Washington Highlands Civic Association. And they said to send over our picture as well as a short bio. We complied with that, sent that over earlier this morning, and after not receiving it by 12, we began to reach back out to them from 12 o'clock till about 4:53 without getting anyone to return a phone call, an email, or anything, just blatantly ignoring my call. Their position in an email that they sent me said that they were only going to recognize the candidates who were listed on the Board of Elections website. Now, the mistake that they've made is that this is flat out discrimination. Black people discriminating against black people. That's all it is. And so many of them decided that they were going to stay on this train, that they've carried out this not only at this debate, but there was another debate held over a week ago where they took the same position. So there are other things that I will start in the direction of correcting that, because I am a registered Democrat. This is the Democratic primary that I am running in right now. And I refuse to be ignored when I absolutely stand as the best candidate, the most experienced candidate of any of them. Trayon White's been in the seat 4 years and he hasn't even warmed it yet. Mike Austin is a puppet, a flat-out puppet. He accused me through the debate that you don't protest job creators, meaning the contractors. Well, Mike Austin didn't know that these same contractors that I protested were the ones who hadn't paid me for 8 months of work that had been completed. That 8 months of work that was completed, Turner Construction that is, at that time, they owed me over $130,000. And they kept giving me excuses that the government haven't paid them. And then when I really began to make some noise about it, because they were lying, then they said, well, the service is not all that great. Now, for 8 months, the service has been fine. But when I start demanding my money, then they decide that they want to take a different move. When we protested, they begged me not to protest, that they were going to get everything straight, and we did it anyway. So you have to understand that I exercise my constitutional right, Mike Austin, to protect me and my employees. And I stand before you as the only one of any of you that has taken a stand against any wrongdoing of a dysfunctional government, any wrongdoing of a contractor who has taken advantage of many of our small businesses, and none of you have done anything. You all, during this debate, said that you would support a level 1 hospital. Yet none of you, and you especially, Mike Austin, you worked at the hospital, none of you said what the criteria was for a level 1 hospital. And the reason that I am the only one who has said that we should have a level 2 hospital is because in the debate I said that a level 2 hospital must be a level 2 hospital a level 1 hospital, must have a academic attachment. and that means a college, university, some facility that could lead to training students in the medical field. It takes time to establish a level 1 hospital, especially when you haven't done it. Now, there's been a big push from everyone to have that hospital here in Ward 8. However, you have to establish the curriculum, a facility, the budget, and the staff to train someone. And those generally could take anywhere from 5 to 10 years, depending on where the money comes from to do it. So the reason I say a level 2 hospital is because the difference between a level 2 and a level 3, that of which the mayor is presenting right now, is a level 2 hospital is an inpatient ambulatory care, cardiac care facility. Meaning that if you have a heart attack, you're not bandaged up like they're talking about doing you, stabilizing you, and then shipping you to GW. You get the care that you need at the first stop that you make. And it costs more money when they got to do something here and then ship you over there. So to just sign on for a level 3 is unacceptable. The other part that I mentioned is that it should be more than 136 beds. Howard University has over 300 beds. GW has 900, I believe. Washington Hospital Center, 900 or 1,000. Georgetown, the same thing. And we have to really recognize that if we're serious about inviting people to the community with all the development that's scheduled for Ward 7 and Ward 8, it would only make sense to me that we put forth a facility that's going to invite people to want to live here. You know, you're going to ask people to pay $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 and plus for a property, yet their chances are, if they get hurt and are in need of high-level trauma care, they're not going to get the service that they need for that $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Same thing with the schools. So, you know, you have to be more proactive, especially since the facility hasn't been built yet. You're in the planning stages, and you're in the stages of where you can make those adjustments now and put forth a level 2 facility that's going to give full service to everyone here. This hospital is not just for people that's going to get shot, like so many people are suggesting. You get shot, we're going to bandage you up, get you, stabilize you, and we'll ship you to the next hospital. You can fall down the steps. You can fall off a 6-foot ladder and be in need of high-level trauma care. In fact, as I said before, my research showed me that over the last 6 months, the number of automobile accidents in Southeast far exceeded the number of those people, those occupants that were in need of high-level trauma care, exceeded the number of people who were shot in Southeast in the last 6 months. The number of people who were hurt on construction projects that could have been transferred to that hospital of close proximity that were in need of high-level trauma care was more than the number of people that got shot. So stop making this about the crime portion of Ward 8. Yes, we do have a lot of crime here. But here's one other thing that you need to understand. If you don't give the police what they need to do what they need to do, they can't begin to do the work that we ask or expect them to do. If you don't create jobs for the people that are here in the ward, and I'm talking about living wage jobs, not minimum wage jobs, jobs that allow you to pay for your own health insurance, put your children through school for the needs that they may have, you know, pay your rent, your mortgages, live. That's what a living wage is about. If you don't put forth the effort to make sure that's there, then you're just not going to have a successful effort in reducing crime and unemployment at the same time. Unemployment and poverty and crime go hand in hand, no matter where you look at it in the country. So if you want to make a serious stab at fixing things, you first start there. You know, again, like I said, Mike Austin made the comment about contractors being the job creators. And this goes to show you how inexperienced he is. Because it's not the contractors that create the jobs. It's the government that created the opportunity. The government said, this is what we're going to do. This is how much money we're going to put into this project. Now let's go out and start hiring people. The government hired the contractor the contractors then expected to hire the subcontractors. So, Mike, if you don't know what you're doing, get out of this thing, man. You're showing your inexperience. And something that, I don't know if the rest of you picked this out, but it really looked like to me the other day that Mike was struggling answering his questions. It literally looked like to me that he was reading the answers because he gained a certain level of energy that just wasn't comfortable to me as I was watching him answer the questions. Sometimes he took, if it was a 30-second question, he took the whole 30 seconds to repeat the question, only to get to the end of that time and then get a sudden burst of energy. And you see his eyes roll over to the right at whatever he was reading, and there was the answer. So, I'm fed up with being the nice guy, the calm guy, let's see what happens type of person. You're wrong. As for those people in the Washington Highlands Civic Association, Philip Pennell and many others, you're wrong for what you're doing. And after I finish consultation with my attorneys, I'll take the suggestion of what they say the next step should be in dealing with you. I am a registered Democrat in Washington, D.C. I am by far the best candidate amongst all of them. People need to understand this. I'm a write-in candidate because I got in the race late. And this was the only opportunity I still had to participate in the primary election for the Democratic nominee. And the reason I got in late is because at first I wasn't looking to be the council person. I was looking to see who's going to have the best plan moving Ward 8 forward. And as I said before, Trayon White did not carry forth what I had shared with him over the last 4 years, the things that are important to me as a business owner. Mike Alston is not someone who I'm seeing is going to be strong enough. I clearly see him as being someone who has to be told what to do, just like he did in the debate. He touts this idea. He was the vice president over at UMC, be it on the board or the hospital. I don't know how it worked over there, but clearly it's just, you're the vice president of a failed business is what I see. And right now, you're not the person that everyone else claims you are that's supporting you. The Washington Post did say you are a better choice than Trayon, but the Washington Post didn't interview me. And the reason they didn't interview me is like for many other reasons. I didn't make the ballot, so they didn't consider me to be a serious candidate. But all of you know that I'm the greatest threat to anything that's moving right now when it comes to this. When the people of Ward 8 find out the games that you have been playing and the games that you're playing right now, they're going to vote and they're going to send you where you should have been from the beginning, home. Last thing I'm going to say to you is this. For those who are used to the normal way things are done, like the voting process and getting on the ballot, getting the signatures and all, remember this. Jesus Christ didn't come by way of natural childbirth like everybody else, but he affected and changed the lives of millions of people. Don't ever forget that.